provided them with materials to make homes or shelters to protect themselves from the weather and the animals. One type of home some woodland people built were called wigwams. Wigwams were built out of trees and bark from the surrounding forests. They had a rounded roof and were 10 to 16 feet wide. Their round shape protected them from every kind of weather condition, from rain, wind, and snow. Families would build fires inside their wigwams. The fire was used to heat the home and for cooking too. On top of every wigwam was a hole for smoke to escape. Wigwams were safe and warm. One or two families called each wigwam their home. Other woodland people built homes that could hold several families. They lived in a larger type of house called a longhouse. A longhouse was also built from trees. A longhouse was supported by long poles and covered with bark from the trees. They too, like wigwams, had rounded roofs, but longhouses were much bigger. Some were 300 feet long, sometimes even longer. Inside a longhouse, there were many fire pits, which kept the longhouses warm and were used for cooking as well. Above each fire pit, there was a hole in the longhouse roof to let the smoke escape. As many as 30 families could live in one longhouse. Each family had their own space to live, sleep, and store their belongings. A longhouse was much like an apartment house you would find today. Woodland people lived together in villages. A village was made up of homes and a central meeting place. Members of the same clan lived in a village. Woodland villages were built near a river or stream so the people would have easy access to water and fish. The women of the woodlands had many skills as well. They were excellent farmers. They planted seeds and harvested crops. In addition, when it came to preparing and cooking the family meals, the women and girls of the family took on that chore as well. Food was cooked over a fire in a clay pot, on stones found in the forest, or roasted on a stick. During harvest seasons, some food was dried and saved for the winter. Much of it was stored in a separate hut or pits, with storage built below the ground where it was much cooler. Now,
they hunted and ate deer, rabbits, squirrels, birds, and even bear. They hollowed out fallen trees to make canoes and used them to fish. They also ate various foods found in the forest, such as nuts and berries. They did develop some agriculture growing corn, beans, and squash, sometimes referred to as the Three Sisters. The reason these crops are considered to be siblings is because Native Americans developed an ingenious system of planting all three together. The corn stalks provided something for bean vines to climb up and gave them support. The beans would then actually fertilize the soil for the corn and the squash, while the squash's broad, spiny leaves would help protect the beans from animals. Now, different